even though we're not going to convert everybody, that doesn't mean you don't still preach the gospel.
Absolutely, positively, unequivocally, you are correct. Keep
Okay.
preaching the word. You preach the word, you live the word. You're supposed to live a life, we are supposed to live a life that reflects the grace that has been given to us as disciples. First Peter chapter 2, let's read the next verse, verse 10.
For you once were not a people, but now you are the people of God. You had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy.
So he's writing to these Gentile Christians. You didn't have God's favor. Now you do. You weren't anything, but now God has called you and given you his spirit. You are in a privileged, wonderful position. What are you supposed to do with that? Julie, you're supposed to preach. You're supposed to live the example. You're supposed to show the hope of God's plan and God's kingdom. Our living as examples of Jesus, here's what will happen. We may not be able to convince anybody that's in front of us right now, but it will later bless those who may know us now in this life. How do we know that? First Peter chapter 2, verse 12.
Keep your behavior excellent among the Gentiles, so that in the thing in which they slander you as evildoers, they may, because of your good deeds, as they observe them, glorify God in the day of visitation.
Okay. What and when is this day of visitation?
Well, the day of visitation is the day of judgment. It's the day where the principles of God through Jesus come to this earth and reign and rule. That's when that happens. And so the resurrection brings them to a point of remembering, I remember you. I didn't like you because you lived thus and so, and now I get it. Now I see where that brought, and now I can glorify God because here you are helping me after all the things I said and did to you. That's what we're talking about. That's what the resurrection brings us to.
So those who slandered the faithful will glorify God during this time period. You certainly don't glorify God if you are in eternal flames of agony and torture. I'm just saying.
That's right.
Remember, it's education, not indoctrination, during the day of visitation.
You see that theme of education. We are live in a world where Satan indoctrinates. There's not a choice. Education is a growth process, and that's what the gospel brings everybody to, the growth process to love and understand and appreciate and follow the will and way of God. So